Hi everyone, my name is Andrei and I'm a commercial photographer based in St. Petersburg, Russia. In this video I'd like to show you how you can create shots like this with minimal equipment. By saying minimal equipment I mean that beside a camera and lens I've used only a single light source, and that was Canon 580EX2. I put it behind the background at the distance around 2 feet or 60 centimeters. Also I zoomed the reflector on the Speedlite to 50 millimeters to get kinda natural vignette right in camera. Of course you can do it in post, but it's definitely an option to do that during your photo shoot. I stick double-sided tape to the bottom of the glass to avoid shifting of it during your shooting. It's very important because I'm going to use different parts of an image to create the final look. To properly set a focus point, I used a pencil. I just put it right in the middle of the glass and focused on it. So this way depth of field will be exactly where I want it. It's important because splashes will go in unpredictable directions and I have to make sure that they are all in focus. To better define shape, I put black cardboards on each side of the glass. You have to hold them really close to an object and the glass will pick up reflection from black cardboard. As you can see, it helps the glass to stand out of background and creates really nice edges on it. Finally, I should get the shot of water on the glass, as it will be a base for future manipulations in Photoshop. After that, probably starts the most interesting and fun part of production, getting splashes. If you're gonna use real ice cubes instead of fake ones, you have to act really fast because ice will melt and you will have approximately 5-6 attempts till it won't be possible to use ice cubes again. Take the note, the bigger ice, the higher splash you will get. And level of water in the glass also influences on shape of splashes. There is no shortcut to speed up the process since you do everything manually and you just have to be patient. I would suggest to drop ice from high distance, as this way you will get more expressive splashes. Don't worry that there will be a lot of water on the shooting surface because you will need only a top part with the splash itself. Try to do as many attempts as you can and you'll have a choice later when you're gonna do a retouching. And few words about technical part. If you want to completely freeze motion, the best option is keep power Speedlite as low as possible because flash duration will be really short at low power and you will get completely frozen splashes. In the next part I'll show you how to put everything together to create a final look. There will be some interesting tricks and I hope you will learn something new. So here I have a 6 file which I'm gonna use to create a composition. So I'm gonna switch to Photoshop and I'm going to File, Scripts, Load Files in a stack. I hit Browse and choose those 6 files, hit OK, and again. Alright, so I'm gonna use this layer as my base layer, as just a clear glass with the water, and after that I'm gonna add some edges on this shot. So I have to check if this completely fits with image with layer underneath it. So I change my opacity to 50 by hitting 5 on the keyboard and I move this layer by hitting B on the keyboard and I use my arrow key to position this layer. So that looks okay. And I'm gonna add a black mask on this layer by hitting on this icon with holding Alt key, and this adds a black mask to this layer. So now I'm gonna hit B on the keyboard to choose a brush, and I hit X key on the keyboard to switch my color. So I have to change hardness on the brush. Let's set to 0 and paint just over this area like that. And I want to hide other areas, so I switch my opacity to, let's say, 30% by hitting 3 on a keyboard and switch a color to black. I'm changing the size of the brush by brackets on the keyboard. Left bracket to decrease size of brush and right bracket to increase it. Let's increase opacity, let's say to 70. Okay, and a bit of fine-tuning. I'm going to increase hardness to, let's say, 36% to create more precise mask. Alright, like that. And I'm going to duplicate this layer by hitting Ctrl J on the keyboard, and then I hit V for the transform tool, right click on this layer, V on the keyboard. Yes, right click on this layer and hit flip horizontal and hit enter. Here is the before and after, and I have to fine tune this mask. I'm gonna hide the areas I don't need. After that, I'm gonna add a layer with a splash inside the glass. This one, yeah, I'm gonna choose this one. And again, I'm changing the opacity of this layer by hitting 5 on the keyboard, and it changed the opacity to 50%. You can see it here, and 0 to 100%, 5 to 50%. And I hit V on the keyboard for transform tool, and I'm trying to align this layer. Alright, and again I'm gonna add a black mask by hitting on this icon with holding Alt key. And I'm gonna choose white brush, let's say 100%, and paint over this layer. Hardness is, let's leave it at 57%. I paint over the glass like that. I'm trying not to paint over these areas because we have edges there. I don't want to hide those areas with edges. And probably have to add a reflection from this splash on the shooting surface. And now I'm gonna add a splash on the top of the glass, and I'm gonna choose, let's see, this one or that one. Well, they both looks cool, but I'm gonna choose this one. Alright, so I have to make sure that it fits perfectly to our entire composition, so again I'm using my arrow keys to position a layer, and I'm going to change opacity to 100%, add the black mask onto it and choose white brush with 0 hardness and paint over this area. I'm not trying to be precise while doing this operation because I'm going to hide those areas later. So something like that. And to create smooth transition, I'm going to change my opacity of a brush, let's say to 20%, and I'm going to hide some areas. Let's say I'm going to paint over this. Actually, I'm revealing the layer with the top splash. And let's say I'm going to use another layer. If you want to create precise mask, of course you can use hard brush to kind of create really precise transition, but in this case it's just a tutorial, I'm trying to be as fast as possible, and it's not the case here to be super precise, you know. I'm just trying to show you the technique, the overall approach. So I think it looks fine. Alright, I'm gonna mask this area. I'm gonna change my opacity to 100%, and let's get back our edges. Alright, so, and also I'm gonna hide unnecessary blemishes on the background. I'm gonna change my hardness to 80. This layer is splashed probably a bit more brighter than the original layer with the background, so I'm gonna fix that really easy. I'm gonna show you how you can fix it, and I just want to make sure that we don't have those black droplets on the background, so that's why I'm trying to remove them here and here. And now I'm going to create a new adjustment layer with levels, and I want to, oh, I forgot, you have to click Ctrl-Alt-J to clip this layer to the layer underneath, so everything you're gonna do with this adjustment layer, it will be affected only to the layer underneath it. So I'm going to change brightness of this level like this. So here's, I don't know, do you see it or not, but here's the difference. Here's before and after. I think it's too much. Yes, something like that. Here's before and after. You see, I removed those bright areas around the splashes, like here. Now we don't see them. Probably have to remove it here with just a black brush. Well, I think it looks quite nice. I don't see any kind of really hard transitions between splashes and the background, so I think it looks quite alright. So, and now I'm gonna add a water. I'm gonna add a layer with the water on the shooting surface, so I have to align this again. Probably it's a bit tilted. Oh no, it's actually it's okay. So like this, change opacity to 100%, and again I'm gonna add a black mask and choose brush with 100% hardness, 100% opacity, white brush, and I'm gonna paint over this layer to reveal details from that layer. Have to be a bit more accurate around these areas. I'm gonna change my hardness to 89 and paint over here. And again, if you want to be really precise with your mask, you can use a pen tool to choose a glass and create really precise mask, but I don't have this. It's not my goal for this tutorial actually. So I'm just using really basic instruments like brush to create my mask. Alright, so that looks quite nice. I'm gonna crop this image like this and hit enter. Alright, I think that looks cool. I don't know, is our horizon level straight? Well, probably it's straight, but let's fix it if it's not. I hit I to choose a ruler tool, and then I go to image rotation, arbitrary, and hit OK. and it automatically rotates image to make it straight. And I'm gonna crop it a bit. Again, hit enter. Alright, now I think that it looks well, relatively straight. We have more water here, so I think it's alright. And I forgot about the reflection on the shooting surface, so I'm gonna hide these areas on this mask with water. So I choose black brush and paint over these areas to reveal the details from other layers. And again, I'm just trying to be as fast as possible. I'm not trying to impress you with my skills in masks, with working with masks, so like that. I think you got the idea how you can get back details from another layer. It's relatively easy to do. I'm gonna change my hardness to, let's say, 13 to create more smooth transition here. Alright, so I think that looks nice. I don't want to spend too much time on that, so that looks okay for me. And I have to fix some blemishes on the background, so for that I hit Ctrl-Shift-N on the keyboard, and this automatically creates new empty layer. Then I hit J on the keyboard to choose a healing brush, and I'm gonna fix this area. Maybe have something more, but I think overall image looks completely fine. I don't have to spend too much time on that to fix some problematic areas. Alright, so what else? Let's say I want to calibrate this image a bit, so I'm going to create new adjustment layer. It will be selective color, and I choose neutrals, and I want to add some more kind of cold tones to this image, so I'm going to add some cyans and probably bluish tones like that. You have to experiment with different positions of those sliders and find what you like the most. So I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot, if you want to increase a sharpness of your image, there is a really simple thing which you can do. You have to click Ctrl-Shift-Alt-E on the keyboard, and it will add kinda actually I can say what it will add. Oh, wait a second. Merge visible? No, it's not. Flatten image? No. Anyway, it's gonna create it creates stamp visible layer, and you have to duplicate it, and then duplicate it, oh, I forgot what kind of, yeah, this button, and then go to filter, other, high pass, and choose a radius around. You have to see some edges on the image, so let's say 0.5 will be fine. And then you have to change blending mode to linear light and bring down opacity a bit to decrease the effect of those. Blending mode 58 is okay, I think. Alright, and then you have to create another stamp visible layer by hitting Ctrl-Shift-Alt-E again, and now you can save your image, let's say file save as. No, I have to save it for the internet. So how I have to do that? You can hit Ctrl Shift Alt S on the keyboard and save this image for web. So I think that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments or PM me on Facebook. Thanks for watching and see you in the next tutorials.